What are your assumptions of someone who says they're neither left-wing or right-wing with their political views? That they don't want to talk about politics. To me that usually means they have people they care about on both sides of the political spectrum, and don't want to ruin those relationships by identifying with a broad range of beliefs. Either that, or they don't have the emotional capacity to listen to politics and the hateful, discriminatory, fear-mongering, virtue-signaling team sport it has become. They believe in pro-choice, but with limitations after the first trimester. They support trans rights to exist, but believe trans people should not compete in physical sports against their identified gender, nor use restrooms/changing rooms of their identified gender. In fact, some believe all public bathrooms and changing rooms should be single-stall and available for use by any gender. They support some public assistance, but not a nanny state. They believe in low taxes, but believe corporations and the wealthy are not paying enough. They believe in sensible business and environmental regulations, but feel sometimes government is the problem by making things too expensive. A lot of them believe in God, but do not want their own faith to be pushed upon anyone else, and they expect the same respect from others who believe differently from them. War should always be the last option, but they do believe we need a presence on the global stage, and if push comes to shove a strong military is essential. While they do not believe drag shows should be made illegal or books with sexual themes should be banned, they do not feel either of those things are appropriate for young children. They believe in independent thinking and reject the labels of tribalism that they hold differently on various topics. They usually wind up being right-wing libertarians in my experience, but I hang out in very political spaces, so my perspective may be biased. Anyone I've ever met who claims they are neither left nor right, but rather an independent thinker, is either right-wing or libertarian. They're probably sick of all the bullshit that's been fed to them from every direction. Why the need to assume anything? Just take it as it is. Judging people on political views is kinda lame. I assume they are right-wing. Most of the time, it feels like people who make this claim are just trying to distance themselves from the Republican Party because they understand the reputation it has, but they generally support those same views. A good example is Elon Musk. He claims not to support either side while being obviously right-wing. They usually just want to avoid drama. Socially liberal, gay people getting married is okay, I guess, but fiscally conservative, poor people need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, aka a giant eye roll of a conversation either way. I would assume that they must have views that dip into both sides of things and don't want to accept a label for something they might not fully agree with. They aren't interested in taking politics with you, bro. Lots of people say they are socially liberal but fiscally conservative. I take that to mean they are pro-weed and gay conservatives. From an American perspective, I just assume that they're conservative but don't want to admit it. Most people I speak to who say they are centrist are center-right when you listen to their beliefs, UK here. They don't want to deal with childish name-calling. I'm independent of a party in the US, but I lean very left on most issues, but I still have some central or conservative thoughts on a few items. I'm a complex human, like most humans, and I want people to not dehumanize me. When I meet someone and the conversation goes political, as it does nowadays, there are a lot of fucking annoying assumptions and name-calling that can happen. When I tell someone I'm independent, not a Democrat, they usually STFU and let their guard down and we can have a conversation or drop a conversation. Politics here is so childish. To say you don't lean one way or another is often your way of saying I'm not getting sucked into your bullshit. I recommend everyone do it. Maybe they are left-wing on some issues and right-wing on some other issues. Maybe they are mostly moderate. Maybe they don't really care about politics. People in this thread. You agree 100% with us or you're the enemy. You idiots are why there is no dispassionate discourse. In spite of what those stuck in the Reddit echo chamber might think, the vast majority of Americans are mostly politically moderate and don't fully embrace the extremes either way.